Good.
You gonna play your music?
This one. I have some new music coming soon. It's be a little different though. So I'll be going live in a minute.
Yeah, are we live? Shit.
Yeah, we're live.
I'm not seeing it on X. Oh, there it is. Now it's at the bottom.
So it should be there. I need to change that damn caption when we go live though.
Yeah, it does say welcome to our live show.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hello, 10 viewers.
I'm seeing like 15 or 18 or something.
Oh, it's 17 now.
Yeah, this ought to be live here in just a second. Excited.
Just waving everybody. Robert, if you're watching, look at my hair. You wish you had gorgeous locks like that, Robert. But I'm just joshing you. He likes to joke with us a lot. I figured I'd hit him back with that.
Yeah, he can troll a little bit. He's not too bad.
Listen, I just like the fact. I mean, even if Robert has bad opinions, I like the fact that he's willing to talk it out, and I'm completely fine with that. That's the whole point, is to just talk it out.
Yeah.
Now talk it out. Now talk it out. East side talk it out. West side talk it out.
There we go.
Good evening. Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster after the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murders, many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years
I can
ago,
hear it.
our
Zach.
country was dead. Now we are the
I
hottest
don't know.
I
country
can hear
anywhere
you.
in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before. This week, it was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accept it. The best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of healthcare. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of healthcare is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children, so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure. One where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes, and really exposes like levels never thought possible, to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job, and they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems. Dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026. This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned. They couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced.
Jesus.
In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet,
Guaranteed.
even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls. And yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and fair elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They use our public multi-billion-dollar in value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, really, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody. And it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act.
Yes.
How
Please.
easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together, we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you, Donald Trump. I'm checking whitehouse.gov for this. I'm sure they haven't released it yet, but hopefully it comes up soon. Zach, are you there? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're unmuted.
So what do you think of that?
I can't wait to dig into the files.
Absolutely.
Upload the files to whitehouse.gov, please.
Makes me wonder. He's been spending a lot of time in China. It seems like, makes me wonder like what's been going on over there. Those talks with Xi.
But remember, the Democrats are always like, it's Russia. Russia's interfering. Russia's interfering.
Yeah, yeah.
No, sir.
It's their friends, China. Communists help communists.
Yeah, I really want to see these files because, like, I want to see some smoking guns, and I want to see some arrests, and I want to see some lifetime imprisonments. I think when you mess with our election
Absolutely.
system, you should be in jail for the rest of your life. You cannot get into public office to screw over American citizens. You work for us, not the other way around.
Absolutely. 100%.
I got you on a delay, man. You're delayed.
Is it delayed?
Yeah. It's weird.
I'm cooking up over here.
It's like you're one of those like old action movies where it's dubbed over. You cannot get into the force.
It's Godzilla. Nah. Makes me wonder what those talks have been like over in China. But if there's a big ass delay here, we'll
Oh
just
no,
go ahead and
you're
check
back.
this
You're
out.
good. You're good.
Good now?
You're
Okay,
good now.
cool. Good.
But I mean, just the fact that Deep State was covering a lot of this up. I mean, that's something I think we all knew deep down inside because the 2020 election never made sense. The most popular president of all time who poops his pants.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good.
shakes
shit.
hands with invisible people. Gets lost like just walking.
Yeah, they helped set that up for sure. Man, I'm really excited to see these files though. It makes you wonder
Yeah.
like
I keep refreshing.
the shit what we're gonna see there's it's gonna go against everything Democrats have been saying for the last 6 years. Um,
Smoking guns, man. That's all I want to see. Some smoking gun evidence.
yeah,
Because, I mean, hopefully this gets it passed. Because I still believe, 80% of the country wants the Save America Act passed. Anybody else that sits there and says, oh, it's just too much stuff to do for election security, it's nonsense. Like, you should have to identify yourself with your photo ID, your signature, and prove that you're an American citizen. It's not hard to get a birth certificate. Like, if you lost your birth certificate, it's not hard to get it.
it's not. They'll come up with every excuse in the book though. We're always going to be suppressing the vote of one group of voters or multiple, whether it's women or uh, a minority, whichever minority they pick that week.
It's such nonsense because, like I said, almost 80% of this country wants it, and these people in Congress, they work for the people, nobody else. You don't work for like the tiny minority of people. You work for the majority. If the majority wants it, that's what you're supposed to do. Your goal is not to sit there and decide who you think deserves extra representation. Like, you represent the American people, you represent your district wants it, you should be voting yes. Period.
And everyone's district wants it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even see like the argument. I don't understand the pushback. I don't get any of it, man, because there's nothing more cut and dry and more basic than election integrity, right? Like everybody wants their elections to be safe and secure.
They're arguing that with universal suffrage that some people might not be able to vote. Well, that's not my problem. That's their problem. Guess what? Be a little resourceful and figure it out.
No shit.
There's a lot of ways to get out there and get your vote in. So I don't want to hear about it. There's a lot of ways where you can get your ID, your birth certificate. I'm sorry, like, if you're not willing to put in the effort to vote the proper way, then why should I care about your vote in the first place?
Yeah, I'm I'm excited to see which journalists were paid to write negative stories on Trump.
I can tell you it probably starts with a CNN or an MSNBC.
What's that jackass's name from CNN? Acosta? Was that his name?
Well, there's a lot of assholes from that.
Yeah, but like term one, I think it was Acosta. I think that's his name.
Oh, there's also
Anyway,
George Sloppy Nopolis,
yeah,
right? I
guarantee
think
that
his
dude's
name is.
got bankrolled by China.
Then there's like what Morning Joe Scarborough.
Yeah, it's like a is that an MSNBC thing?
I think so. It might be. Who knows? I'll tell you the one I can't stand more than anything is freaking Abby Phillips on CNN. She's supposed to be
Yeah,
a moderator, but all she ever does is interrupt Republicans when they're making good points.
yeah, gotta hide that shit.
Yep. She never pushes back on any of the leftists. Any of them. Ever.
And this kind of goes to show too, man. Like it explains why the Democrats' base would always like they fucking hate the media one week, and they want to can't their cancel culture shit. They want to cancel them, shut them down, nobody watch it. And then next week they love the media again because they probably took a check from China to write some shit that they wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm actually surprised that Trump hasn't revoked the Smith Modernization Act of 2012 that Obama put in that
Hmm.
allows for this freaking propaganda to be pushed in the first place through our
Yeah,
like
that
mainstream media.
yeah that should be fixed ASAP.
ASAP.
Should be one of the most important things aside from election integrity,
Yeah.
aside from deporting every fucking illegal in America. And I don't care if they're 3 months old or 110 years old. Get them the fuck out of here.
I don't care if you've been living in this country for 20, 30 years, just working your job. Well, guess what? You've been working under the table because,
Mhm.
if you've been here illegally, you shouldn't have any type of social security or anything.
Shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have. Like, listen, if you were here for 20 or 30 years and you didn't go through the process of becoming a citizen, that's on you. Like, we really need accountability. Like, I'm tired of people not being accountable for their actions or for their laziness.
Well,
Like,
100%. And there should be no excuse for it.
yeah, to live in a civilized, prosperous society comes with some responsibility. You can't just do whatever the fudge you want.
Yeah. They do though. And, there's a lot of people who came here and actually became citizens, did the work to become citizens and contribute to society. And I don't know how Democrats can just protect these illegals that just slap them in the face with their bullshit, um, and expect to keep that Hispanic vote or any other fucking
Yeah.
uh, block of voters that are largely immigrants.
Well, I mean, the left always wants to talk about fairness. How is it fair that you have people waiting years and years to come into this country the proper way through the proper channels, and they're being cut in line by like these people that get coyoted in over the border? How is that
Yeah,
fair? How
it's
is it
not.
fair that like you want to grant amnesty to all these illegal aliens while people are still waiting to get in through the proper channels? How is that
Yep.
fair? There's no fairness in it.
Not just amnesty, but mass amnesty.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to be like, all of y'all are citizens now, all 20 million of you.
Yeah, and that's going to kill job wages. It's going to continue to kill the housing market. It's going to continue to raise rent prices. You got to understand, like we live in a supply and demand economy. Like if
Yeah,
we have too much supply of like people in this country without the jobs to work them or the houses to house them, we're going to see higher prices. Which is why
absolutely.
these people need to go. Like we have to have balance when we're bringing people in from other countries through our immigration system. You can't just let in millions and millions and expect the system to completely work, especially when you have a lot of these people going in and doing fraud, like the Somalis in Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm all
Like,
for a complete shutdown of immigration entirely.
yeah,
Turn everyone
until we
away.
get everything fixed, absolutely.
Yeah, shut it down. But it
Yeah,
needs a massive reform too. It's
yeah,
I
and
know
our
it's
visa
hard.
system.
Yeah, I know it's hard to come here legally and become a citizen, but at the same time, it's too damn easy.
Hmm. Yeah, it's called walk
Um,
across the border.
yeah, it needs to be shut down completely. Turn everyone away, deport every illegal in the country, reform the whole process, and then we can get back to letting.
Letting the right
I don't-
people in.
I don't want to say the best and brightest, but it's people who really do love the United States of America and want to be someone, somewhere better than where they are, and people who will actually come here and have pride here and respect the culture, right?
Yep. Assimilate to our Christian values, morals,
Yeah,
ethics, principles. Because like listen, we were born in a Christian country, and that's where we made a lot of our laws from, is based off of those morals and principles. So
yep,
I mean that's what I expect. Like you come here, I expect you to adhere to that. Like if I were to go to a nation that has a different religion, I have to understand how that religion plays out.
yeah. You still refreshing that page?
Let me hit a fresh again. Nothing yet. Although I'm not like I kind of wish he told us specifically where it was. I assume it's going to be under releases.
I would imagine
You know,
it'll be
yeah,
found though.
I'm sure it's gonna come out tonight at some point.
Yeah,
We'll definitely be going over it all weekend. I'm sure.
yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I just want to get a hold of it because, like, I got my volleyball tournament tomorrow, and I'd like to sit there and read it while I'm waiting in between games.
Yeah, get you all pumped up and shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Spike that motherfucker in somebody's face. I don't know what I don't know what we do at this point. They've created this massive problem where, um, you know, legal citizens are gonna be caught in the crossfire. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To actually get all these people out of our country, um, legal people are gonna be caught in the crossfire, and they can't be mad at this administration, right?
I mean, the best
Can't
thing
be
you
mad
can
at
do
them.
is just comply. Like, if ICE comes up to you, just comply.
Yep.
If you're a citizen, you'll go through like the check real quick. You prove it, you're on your way. Yes, it's a small inconvenience, but to make sure that life gets better in this country again, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of difficulty. Because if you don't deal with a little bit now, you're going to deal with an insane amount of difficulty later.
Yeah,
Especially,
absolutely.
if like radical Islam really starts taking over this country, like they're currently doing in New York.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, man. It's crazy.
Dearborn, Michigan, what is it? Plano, Texas, I think.
Yeah,
They're pushing all over the place.
it's easy to lose hope these days, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like enough people see it, understand it, and want to fix it.
I mean, this is it. This is your chance to save your country. Like, listen, there is no country that is perfect, but this is probably the best country that is available to live in. And there's a reason why everybody still wants to come live here. I mean, look
Mhm.
at the World Cup. Look at all the people that came here in the World Cup being told that America was awful and everything. And they're like, I'm loving it. Oh, the food's great. The hospitality. Like, that's something we pride ourselves on here.
Absolutely. And then what's up with that Canadian weirdo that like attacked some girl for celebrating Independence Day?
Oh, yeah, on the Jersey Shore. Yeah. No, she was, I think she was wearing MAGA themed sweatpants, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
And you slapped a teenager. And then on top of that, the husband is sitting there crying and begging for people to help pay to get his wife out. Like, no, you messed up. Here are the consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
Don't hit kids. Don't hit anybody just because they want to put out their political persuasion.
Especially if you're fucking visiting here from a foreign country.
Apparently, she's not even visiting. Apparently, she's been living here.
Oh, really?
They were living in Texas before they moved to Jersey.
Sounds like an easy deport.
And I'll tell you right now, like the area of New Jersey they were in, like the central shoreline is pretty darn conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you're gonna see a lot of that like American pride there.
So they were just up there and like upset about it
Yeah.
because it's probably all they seen was patriotism, pride.
And listen, like I understand a lot of these people are so mentally destroyed by the freaking medical industry, like the pharmaceuticals, the food and all that. And like I do feel bad for them. But like you still have to control yourself. And if you feel like you're gonna melt down or something, walk away.
Right.
Walk away. That's the easiest thing you can do. You can sit there and curse and scream as much as you want, as long as you're walking away.
I'm having a hard time understanding how people disagree with them. Obviously, you're not going to agree with everything. Two different sides of the aisle, um, different views and opinions. But like when it comes to putting America first, right? And trying to protect our country and preserve it from what's actually happening here. Like, how can you be mad at the guy?
I mean, I haven't in my lifetime seen a president that's willing to go all out to try and fix this country like Trump has.
No, not at all.
And listen, I don't even agree with everything Trump does, but he's definitely the most American president I've seen in my lifetime.
Need a term 3.
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me, you know? Like, it doesn't matter if you get Vance or Rubio. There's only one Trump.
Yeah.
You
It's never
know,
gonna be another Donald Trump.
and I always get concerned with these orators in politics because they can smooth talk their way into making you believe things, whereas Trump is blunt, he's brash, he likes to embellish and exaggerate a little bit, but for the most part, like, you know, he's at least giving us the info we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and like I said, as soon as this gets live on the WhiteHouse.gov page, we'll be digging into it. You know, hopefully we get some really good evidence here that can prove what we've known for quite some time.
Yeah. We are gonna cut this short here. We got a space to get to, but
Yeah. Come join our
thinking-
space. Kim Tink
Yeah.
is currently hosting it. Our boy Mike B is co-hosting it right now. So come on in. We're going to jump in there. And we're actually curious to hear what you think about what Trump said tonight and, you know, what you think is going to be in those files. It'd be interesting to speculate a little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit.
A little
And then we'll be getting back into full podcast mode the beginning of August.
bit. Yep. Around August 4th, probably.
Yeah, probably around
yeah.
there. You know, if we have any more like live streams like this, we're going to start doing this too. We're really going to start pushing this back out.
Yeah, let's speculate a little bit though, not too much. We don't want to be like Candace Owens out here,
Yeah, we don't want to get like too crazy like her, you know.
getting a whole fucking
Like time travelers from the Matrix came to kill Charlie Kirk or something, you know.
getting a whole situation started that never even happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
God, it must suck being wrong all the time, right?
some dumbass posted something earlier about name one lie Candace Owens was told, and I think it was Cynthia, if I recall right. Anyway, dude, I mean, lit him up. A massive post of just full of Candace Owens bullshit that's been proven false. She's got a weird cult, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, like you got to break free from it. Like if you're sitting there and putting all your faith into words of one person and you're not like fact checking or looking for the evidence yourself, you're gonna get caught up in that cult style of world. Like Zach and I, we put in time. We research. That's why as soon as these files are out, we'll be researching them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep an eye out for the podcast to be back on August 4th. And
You want to talk about Patriot to Patriot too? Coming soon.
we'll bring it
Sure.
up in the first. We'll
right.
bring it up in the first episode back
Yeah.
because it's got a little ways to go yet. So
In the meantime, you can always catch us in the spaces Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. Nobody cares about Mountain Standard Time.
yeah. Some people care, but
Some
we
people
don't.
do.
But
All
we
right,
don't
fine.
care. Right?
8 Mountain Standard Time. Soon we might not even have daylight savings to worry about. We'll see about that though.
Yeah,
It's made it this far before.
I'll take it. Just depends on which one we land on. You know.
Yeah. I'm still fine with daylight savings. I think it's good for the kids to have a little extra sunlight in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's a good idea for kids to be walking around with flashlights early in the morning,
Word.
getting on the school bus.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Let's
Y'all,
get in
good
that
night.
space.
Yeah.
Good night,
we'll see you
everybody.
We'll see you guys back here on August 4th, though.
Yep.
Good night.
Come join the